I've spent millions of dollars buying and selling collectibles over the years. And I've spent so much time trying to refine my actual collection to make it the coolest thing I could. And I think I'm getting pretty close. So today, I wanted to share that with you. So grab a drink if you have it. I have plenty. Get ready to take a look at some awesome statues, movie memorabilia, comics, and more. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, welcome to the Extreme Channel. My name is Mr. X. The reason this is the Extreme Channel is because that's how I do things. Extreme. A big part of that are these crazy collectibles. In the past 10 years, I've bought and spent over $1 million of this useless crap, which is pretty awesome despite the fact it's useless. And as I've redone my collection over and over for multiple different reasons, I feel like I'm near my end point in this crazy journey. So today, launching on Thanksgiving 2024, I wanted to say I'm thankful for you guys for going through this journey with me, and I wanted to give you an updated room tour, which I have not done in a long time. And what's crazy is the evolution of my collection you're gonna see. So this video is for two people. Number one, people who've never seen this stuff before. I have over 1,000 videos, and every single thing you're gonna see, there's a detailed video on that so you can check it out. So I'm not gonna go into a ton of depth today as we cover about the 2,500 square feet that is covered in awesome collectibles. Now, the wife and the kids, they get the other 5,000 square feet. We're very blessed to have a large home. Now, for the people that have been following me for years, you're gonna see so many cool changes, and it's crazy to me how much the collection has evolved over these 10 years. And stay tuned, because later in January, I've already filmed it, is actually a reflection of what the collection looked like 3 years ago, which is totally different than today. So if you're watching this on Thanksgiving, sit back, grab a beer, grab some turkey. Unless you don't eat meat, you should. It's freaking delicious. And let's check out my addiction and how big it's become. So you kind of got a brief layout in the intro there. And I wanted to start in this little nook for a few reasons. Number one, while it has some of the coolest statues, I think it's one of my worst areas because it's so cluttered. Two, the lighting is pretty bad. Three, it's actually covering up some absolutely amazing stuff, mostly autographed memorabilia. Everything from my favorite movies. You have Fight Club, Ted, 300, The Dark Knight, Shawshank Redemption, a bunch of DCU movies, and these are all authenticated autographs. Every single one is autographed, whether it's Jack Nicholson or Clark Griswold, aka Chevy Chase. And yeah, so it's unfortunate that my addiction actually covers up some of the really cool stuff, but I wanted to start here also because this theme has always been the same since I started collecting. While this little area has gone through a lot of iterations, it's always contained DC pieces. Now it's mostly 1/3 scale DC pieces, and I have it kind of cordoned off. I have a little Batman vs. Superman comic over here, including Devastator. These are all by Prime One Studio, with the exception of that custom Batman. Custom means it's a private unlicensed commission. Again, as a reminder, you can check out individual videos on all of these. And then we move into a DC storyline called The Dark Knight Metal. And this is where Batman, or Bruce Wayne, has actually merged with other characters. Sounds kind of corny, but it's a pretty cool concept. So all of these in that collection, including their leader, Batman Who Laughs, who you've probably heard of, is from Prime One Studios, created them and made them into statue form. And you can see most of the corresponding comics with the actual statues. I'm a big comic collector. They're mostly CGC graded, anywhere from, I think my lowest one's like a 1.5, but that's a very valuable old comic. And again, feel free to look at individual reviews of all of these pieces. And then we go to my Batman villains. And anytime you see an empty space, that's because it's reserved for a statue I have on order. A good reason for you to like this video and sub to the channel and hit the bell notification. But these are all my 1/3 scale Batman villains. Again, all of them by Prime One Studio is the creator, with two exceptions. One, this Clayface is a custom. And ironically, this is actually a quarter scale. So when we say scale, we say how big is it in relative to a real life version. So that's technically smaller than the other ones. He's just such a large character. And then the other exception is this Harley right here, which is made by Iron Studios. And then down below, I have a custom Sinestro. Next to him is a custom Atrocitus that is coming probably in the next few months here. But yeah, one of my favorite corners, despite how cluttered it is and the lack of lighting, because it's some absolutely amazing statues of absolutely amazing characters. Trying to give you a once all so we don't miss anything. And again, you can go back and check the original videos, but probably the average value in this corner is probably about $1,500 per statue. And then the autographs can range anywhere from a couple $100s to some autographs I have are over 10,000, but that's pretty extreme. Then moving over to some more autographs, some Rocky and boxing stuff. My life-size pieces. So I have a number of them throughout the collection, some upstairs, some here. These are all by Queen Studios. These are all MCU related, so Marvel Cinematic Universe. You have the Mark 7 Iron Man, Iron Spider, and of course the Mark 85. Fantastic pieces. Next to my throne collection. Now the majority of statues in here are custom, so these private unlicensed commissions made by a ton of different creators. Have a little bit of a DC theme going on, from Batman Who Laughs, Batman, and Darkseid on Throne. Then we go to Marvel, Null, one of my favorite characters. I love Donny Cates and Venom. Maestro, another one of my favorite storylines. And of course, the Mad Titan Thanos. Little bit of an Avengers theme with Ultron, Loki, Thor, and Hulk on throne. Then moving over into Doom and Submariner. Down below we have a Galactus on throne, kind of sitting by himself. Then some X-Men, Apocalypse, Mr. Sinister, and Magneto. Amazing pieces that we could probably spend 20 minutes on each one, and that's why I have individual videos. But my throne wall, I think, is one of my favorites. I probably owned about 3 times as many thrones as this, but I've kind of refined it as these are my favorite ones. I have 2 more on order, and we'll see what the future holds. And then moving over to kind of my movie area. Not only is it my movie area because there's a surround sound and a television. That's actually an 85-inch, I believe. But movie pieces, memorabilia, and statues are in here. So we have a life-size Han Solo, a life-size Yoda, a bunch of lightsabers. A few of them are autographed. This is one of my favorite pieces. The original Star Wars film has all the main characters in this collage autographed. And all my autographs are authenticated by like Beckett or PSA, JSA. Some theater style seating. And then some other pieces. So from Iron Studios, their Jaws diorama. Pretty cool piece. One of my favorite movies of all time. Richard Dreyfuss autographed a replica plate. And then on this wall, we have vampires and werewolves. We're gonna come back to. And then we have aliens, and you're gonna see Predator as well. Yes, I support football teams that suck, but I have all my life. Now, if you're wondering about the display cases, so I have a number of them. These right here are actually industrial shelving that Bogle Arts was another YouTube channel that did a bunch of fancy stuff with them. They put sheets and curtains and taped up the sides and put lighting to kind of make them look a little bit better. They're cheap and easy. These big display cases with the acrylic, they are called Maja cases. I have a number of videos on them. You can search my channel for Maja cases, and they come in all shapes, sizes. They're quite a bit more expensive, and the wait time is about 18 months on those. But let's look at the vampires and werewolves. Up top, you have from Underworld, Marcus and Lycan. That's made by CinemaKet. You have PCS's 1/3 scale blade, and then an autograph from Wesley Snipes. You have Prime One Studio, Vampirella, a custom Morbius, Howling. I have quite a few pieces that I'm going to switch out in this collection in the very close future. Over to the aliens. Prime 1 Studio made the 1/3 scale Big Chap and the 1/3 scale alien dog down there. And then we have some customs, the Neomorph from Alien Covenant. This right here is technically not an alien, it's just a weird creation called the Hunter from Franco Carlissimo, who sculpted, I probably own about 100 statues sculpted by him. And then you have a custom giant queen alien. As you can see, some empty spots on here. I have some stuff coming in. Right over to the left is by Prime 1 Studio. This is a king alien, rogue alien. It's kind of a different scale, so I kind of kept it off to the side, but I think it works well. And below him, I have a number of Predator and Alien portraits, which you're gonna look at in a second. Before we go into my main room where we actually film stuff, really quick, here's some of those portraits. And you see these Predator pieces, they belong to this collection over here. These top three are all by Prime 1 Studio, and I'm going to be redoing this display over the next year because I have more of the characters coming in. But you have the City Hunter Predator from Predator 2. Now, one of the things about these high-end statues, if you're unfamiliar, they have tons of different display options. So that's where those portraits come into play. You can actually switch out the portraits. We have the Jungle Hunter from the original Predator movie. And then while the movie wasn't very good, from the Fugitive Predator movie, I have the Assassin Predator as well, with his dog. Down below, we have my favorite horror creature of all time, Pumpkinhead. This is made by PCS. I also have a larger version of this from the same company coming in. And then this was a custom Curse of Spawn piece that is absolutely amazing that I've actually recently sold. The individual's making a few payments, but I wanted to get him in the video because probably definitely one of my biggest regrets in selling. It's actually a video I have coming out in the near future as well. So with that, let's move over to my video room where most of the YouTube magic happens. So over here is my Venom collection. Now, if you think this is crazy and nuts, you should see what it used to be. I used to own about 40 to 50 Venom statues. So I'm a huge fan of Venomizing things, not because it looks cool, but there's a lot of really cool storylines regarding it. So a lot of these are Venomized characters, and they're actually based off of specific storylines. Another thing you're gonna see in this room, besides my X-Men statue collection, is a lot of autographed music stuff. So really some of my favorite artists or my favorite eras with that artist. You have a Michael Jackson guitar, probably one of the most expensive pieces in my collection. But starting up here, you have 3 Venom statues. One is these are all custom actually. The one in the back is kind of your traditional Venom, a little bit based off this cover. Then you have Venom the End, a really shitty storyline, but it created a cool character. And then the MVC, so Marvel vs. Capcom video game Venom. Extremely rare. There's only about 6 or 7 of those in that color in the world. Then over here you have a Venomized Ghost Rider and a Venomized Loki. Again, there is comic bases for each one. You can see matching slabs behind them. I do apologize for the reflection off the acrylic display, but again, like I said, you can always check out the individual videos. You have a Venomized Deadpool, again, based off of a What If comic in the back. A Venomized Hulk, which is a really, really cool storyline. A traditional Venom. This one's actually gonna be moving in a few months and being replaced with another Venomized character. Down here, you have a Venomized Wolverine, and then Venomized, or symbioted, Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy, based off specific comic covers and some really cool Donny Cates storylines. You have a Spider-Man with the Venom symbiote, that's a custom. I think every single one of these is actually custom, if I'm not mistaken. The Thanos on Throne is kind of custom. The additions that made him Venomized are custom. Otherwise, it was a piece from Sideshow, a very popular piece, Sideshow Collectibles. Up top, you have Venomized Batman. I am getting a Carnageized Joker to go with it. You have Venom with Wings, again, comic basis from Donny Cates' run, which is one of my favorite runs. A Transformation Venom. And then a Kingpin and Spider-Man over here. Kind of fits the theme a little bit. Down below, we have a Toxin, which is actually the offspring of Carnage, who you see in back. And then a Venomized Miles Morales down below. Then we have my X-Men wall, probably one of my favorite walls, and if you're a follower of the channel, you get to see this all the time. Again, 90% of these are customs, but you have a huge line of Iceman, Cyclops, Banshee, Rogue, Gambit, Wolverine, Magneto, all fighting the Sentinel. The XM back there is a licensed one. The Storm is a licensed one. It's made by XM Studios, as well as this Gambit right here. And then that's a Sideshow Wolverine. Sideshow's the manufacturer. Custom Iceman in back. Yes, I have two Icemen up there. It bugs me. I'm trying to sell that one. Some of my favorite pieces, XM Studios Dark Phoenix, and then custom Archangel and Juggernaut versus Colossus. Some villains over here, we have a custom Omega Red, Sinister and Madeline Pryor, one of my favorite pieces, custom Sabretooth. And then down below we have a Blob and Mystique with a Toad on the way and a Pyro being painted upstairs. Now I absolutely love X-Men in quarter scale because that's what this and all the Venom statues are, so they're smaller than what we started with that original DC. This is probably my most expensive shelf right here. Different variations of Wolverine. These are highly sought after and have tons of different display options. You have a Wilderness, a Soldier, Samurai, and a Fatty. Down below is an unpainted Wolverine. And then a switch out for that Juggernaut up there. We have some ladies versus X-Men Sentinels, Psylocke, X-23, and Jubilee. Some pieces down below. We have a Domino, Beast, XM Studios Professor X. It's winter right now. That's just a space heater for while I work. And a Nightcrawler. So yeah, this is probably two displays other than one or two pieces that I'm gonna keep for a very, very, very long time. Notice the three varies. So while I work editing and making videos, I do have Regal Robots Emperor chair, which is kind of cool. But let's move over to the fun part of the basement. That would be the bar. All right, so moving into the fun part, we have a 3-tap keg. A little messy. I'm a big whiskey guy, so do a lot of stuff with whiskey, whether it's decanting, that's a pretty cool decanter, right? Smoking them, barrel-aged stuff. Part of a club we're a part of. Bartesian, which is our absolute favorite thing. If you don't know what that is, it's a Keurig for alcohol. Some Omnis. We always have a decent amount of stuff in the fridge. There's actually 3 refrigerators down here. Part of the basement you're not actually seeing, some more hard liquor and wines. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite parts. It's a fully functioning kitchen, other than a microwave or stove or, okay, it's not a fully functioning kitchen. It's just a bar, a big bar. All right, so leaving the bar and going over some new displays here. This is kind of my favorite characters with one exception. So we have Hulk, XM Studios Hulk, who I almost sold once and a deal fell through, so I kept him with XM Studios Hulkbuster with some slab comics behind him. You have another Magneto statue, custom Silver Surfer, and a custom Weapon X with some cool slabs to kind of correspond with each character above. This is a new display. I don't believe anyone's seen this by the time this is launching. I do plan to put a Venom up front because that's the last missing favorite character. Then over here is kind of what I call my cosmic display. Most powerful Marvel characters, if you will. Starting with Hulk's in the bottom. You have a Cyborg Hulk, kind of an interesting storyline. And these have a bunch of slabs behind them. A Gray Hulk, a Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby Hulk from the 1970 series, and a Rolk, a General Ross Red Hulk. Then moving over, we have Dr. Doom on throne. Custom. I think all of these on this display are customs with two exceptions. Mephisto, Silver Surfer is actually my favorite character of all time, and Mephisto is one of his foes, along with the Mad Titan Thanos. So this is the comic version, and you can kind of see there's slabs everywhere we're going to go over. Then Lady Death by XM Studios. Galactus by Sideshow. My favorite statue in my collection. I don't have the lights on up there, but this is a custom Silver Surfer. These are all quarter scale. Then other Heralds of Galactus you have right here. And again, kind of corresponding slabs with most of these. This is an autographed display of Avengers from Age of Ultron. All the Avengers signed it. It is falling down and it's a pain in the ass to get out, and it bothers me every day. Someday I will fix it. And then some early Silver Age comics back there, the Silver Surfer story. And same thing along this wall. I really want a Darkhawk and a Sleepwalker in statue form. Now this, and then here's some more older comics. Now this display right here is actually statues that are for sale. While they've taken a long time to sell, I decided just to keep them on display. The Invisible Woman is actually already sold. She's on a payment plan as well. And then you have more Silver Surfer slabs. I love Silver Surfer in the comics. Him and Venom are probably what I read the most. You have everything from the original 1 through 4 up top. And then these are just some of my favorite covers, not necessarily stories, like Silver Surfer Ghostlight. I thought that story was horrible, but I like the covers. Some movie autographs over here. Friends. Some other shows. Up top, you see when you walk in the basement, we have some Pure Arts, Prime 1 Studio and HCG pieces. T1000. I have lights that turn on. Pumpkinhead, again, my favorite horror character. And then the hallway to the basement here, let's wait for the light to turn on, is entirely slabs. We have all my favorite Venom covers on the left and all my favorite Silver Surfer on the right, with a few bleed over from Venom. And this leads us to upstairs because unfortunately some of this collection has spilled out up there. So let's take a look. So this is the overflow from downstairs. First we have a mini Lord of the Rings display. Queen Studios life-size Balrog. It lights up and it's amazing, so check out that video. A diorama from Prime 1 Studio, and then collage of autographs from the original movie. Actually, that was Return of the King. Then we move into the upstairs man cave area. We recently did a video on this man cave couch. It's pretty cool. And there's a lot of autographed sports stuff. Some of my favorites: Tyson, Sweetness, Muhammad Ali glove over there. Jokic, we were lucky enough to be at the NBA Finals 2023 when they won it all. And here is DCU display up here. So you have life-size busts, everyone from the different versions of Joker. And these are kind of a variety. Some are made by Custom, some are Queen Studios, Keaton and Pfeiffer, 65-inch TV, Cavill, Reeve, and Gal Gadot. Some more pieces, Jordan. Again, all these are authenticated. Some final stuff. Got some Dark Knight statues there. J&D, Prime 1 Studio, Queen Studio, kind of a mix. Since it is holiday time, we got some Bronco stuff. John Elway, Peyton Manning. Pattinson, who I loved as Batman. This is made by Prime 1 Studio. A Batcave. Val Kilmer. There's the Ali glove. Probably one of my other favorites. A few things here. You got a LT. This little Broncos display. This is all the Super Bowl 50 starting lineup is signed this when they won it in 2015. So this is where it's spilled upstairs. And we've managed to maintain it here. There's a few things my wife has that we're not gonna go over, but you can see in other videos. But that's the end of it. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. So whether this is your first or 500th time here joining me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the new room tour. If you want to see more information, again, there's about 1,000 videos of close-ups of all this stuff, so go check those out. But in the meantime, enter that contest. We're going to do giveaways soon. I really appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon.